What else did we put on our shopping list? Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. We can still...
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon.
Hello there.
Huh. So you two are still hanging out together.
I said I was going to resign from being her boss. The Homayanis also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is...
I told Dia to just stay at our place when she took one of those jobs if you... My parents were delighted. They even said that...
That sounds like something they would say. Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I...
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dia. Father...
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put...
What? She said they'll treat you to the best...
But wait. Didn't you say last there are so many places...
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things...
Oh, come on. Not this again.
I know, I'm sorry. Just...
All right, fine. To be perfectly honest, ever since you first set foot on the estate a few days, have you been delaying our trip because you've...
Nah, are you kidding?
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know. But if something really is...
Oh, looks like...
You're too perceptive. I just thought that nothing good could come. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though.
My lady... All right, I'll share what I know. Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention. As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries, and my brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a lot. However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some...
Deshret's relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Aina.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Cap?
Deshret's relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Aina. On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them.
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something. Believe me, it's a really... Anyway, the real issue is that Dakana...
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now.
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've...
100?
Yep. The scenes tend to be quite gruesome. Not only have they targeted merchant caravans...
That's beyond terrible.
I don't know how Deshret's relic sees it. All I do know, if I don't do something about them, then even... I just wish I knew...
Yeah. How can your...
I don't know. People change. He's always...
That's setting the bar pretty...
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to... He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, of course the other brigade members were just like him.
Sounds like a...
What about your mother?
Unfortunately. It's all right, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. He'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad." But even then, he left me. But the problem was that he had terrible taste. They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of
Sounds like your typical...
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or... He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so into them that he'd call... Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. It was only much later when I realized that the
What an interesting guy.
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish. Until I grew up and learned the true face. Looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. And did they really think that as long as they...
I think I can understand your feelings.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left. I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. Yeah, I told the boys to gather as much information as they could.
I see.
It is, but every mercenary lives.
That may be true, but it'll be.
Well, now you get why.
What should we do? They both have.
Huh? But there's no.
Well, she's super tough, so if she went into the desert with.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if. I'll wait for news from you in the city until then.
All right, then let's get moving. Our.
Hey, Dia, you're back. Are these two friends of yours? Likewise. Anyway, since we've got newcomers, they've become extremely aggressive. They even attack other relics brigades, just the same as any other mercenary.
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own.
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot, off a portion of their profit is immediate.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so. A few days ago, Isham and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised ourselves as merchants rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora.
Wait, a pout?
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are. If their only goal was Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything. Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as Dakan al-Ahmar became.
It sounds mighty strange to me too. Gotta say though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole.
Nah, it was nothing. We're just.
What he said. Besides, Dia.
Yeah. And while they went to talk with Dakan al-Ahmar, any survivors of the attack were already long.
Ah, Hisham and Khalid.
We rushed over as soon as we saw you come into Caravan Rebot. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind. Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you.
Hey, what about Paimon?
Oh,
Of course! Paimon is the traveler's
oh. In that.
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny, even if she had only survived on sheer luck.
I had no idea.
Oh, one other thing, Dia. When you're free, why don't you update the deputy? We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the flame main. The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people.
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time.
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment though. Now if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple? The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on him.
Hey, didn't we?
Huh? Wait, are you serious?
I don't.
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like.
All right.
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham get your butts over here.
Are they?
More. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. We're used to just speaking our minds. If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell right back at them. But we also don't tend to take many things too seriously. Being direct and getting it all out of your... That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then... Hey, knuckleheads! Can you at least tell me the rest?
Yeah, you hear her, Holloff? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. All you gotta do is wait and
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regards to everyone.
Will do. You stay safe.
This should be the place. Let's find a spot. It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another.
No need to worry. She knows.
I'm not worried about that. What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard on the enemy. After all, we still need to get... Here they come. You ready? Let's not give them a chance to react and end this quickly.
Feeling lucky today.
I must leave no stone unturned, as a dutiful maid would.
Oh, the jungle.
Motion to compel.
Where do you think yours?
Let's get it on!
I'll be back.
You're the flame main.
Good. That saves me an introduction. All right.
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first...
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know. Think about it, though. What's your reputation worth if you've got 5 seconds? You might want to think.
Whoa!
I'm not joking around. We can do this the easy way. 2 seconds.
I'll save you the
Huh? Are you crazy? He tried to bite off his own tongue. Quick. I definitely didn't expect him to go that far.
What?
I just wanted to test his mettle. I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much.
Well, he's out cold for now. We could wait for him to wake up.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be a waste of time to interrogate him again after that. There are lots of good...
We found a piece of paper with a bunch of names on it.
Let me take a look. If this really is... Yep. I see an entry for Dakana Lakmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti. All familiar names. Dakana Lakmar has been trading for This caravan is just one link in their logistics chain. That person will then pack the caravan full of necessary goods. Wait, why is there no more of it? Yeah. Every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of mora, but the final one, where they paid for perhaps, but they couldn't have known how. Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. Huh?
What's wrong?
Shazaman Homayani.
Homayani?
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last. Just what the heck is going on here? I'm sorry, you're right. I'll consider but what this piece of paper confirms is that
What if the Homayanis have been kept in the dark and don't...
That's a possibility, but if that was the case, why is this They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly. Yeah, funding violence and looting.
But why would he do...
I've been to their estate many times. The only potentially large expenditure I could think of would be the treat, but that's still just a speculation. I don't think the master would stoop so low to make more. You're probably right. I know my lady's personality, and she wouldn't...
But what should we do now? All we found is just...
If you ask me, I'm not worried. It's too early to make a Let's go find my lady again. We'll tell her if we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper...
Dia, are you sure this is the best decision?
I've considered that possibility. But even still, she showed genuine concern for me when we first brought up the topic. That's not how I deal with people.
You're right. Paimon wants to trust Dunyarzad too.
Yeah,